Hello everyone and welcome back to Across the NFL here on Huddle Breakdown, where we'll break down last week's game against the Houston Texans. We'll look ahead to next week's game against the Green Bay Packers, and of course look at stats and scores from across the NFL. We'll start with a big play on fourth down. Our defense has been pretty solid this year inside the red zone. Here we get another stop. Fourth and goal. It's a run, and we make a nice stop. Unfortunately, our offense wasn't able to capitalize on it. Here is a throw by Deshaun Watson as he rolls left, flips his hips, and throws it back about 40 yards to his right. A great catch and throw there by Deshaun Watson. Here's a little later in the game, and I've noticed this on this patch that I've been playing on. For some reason, this corner here gets antsy. He should just stay out here. He's got Brandon Cooks there. Brandon doesn't move. Instead of staying, this corner crashes down and gets antsy, goes over for that route. And so an easy completion over the top for Deshaun Watson to Brandon Cooks. I don't know why that keeps happening. Here is a big sack by J.J. Watt, and during the call, I said it was probably because Minshew was looking at DJ Chark, and that's exactly where I was looking. I didn't get off of him. I saw him slip and then stayed on him. Probably could have thrown it to Tyler Eifert, but by the time I switched off of him, J.J. Watt made a great swim move and got the sack. Here, a unblocked blitzer off the edge. As you see, these two linemen crash down, and an easy blitz gets the easy sack. That was another killer play for us on offense. Here is a double fake throw to Sherfield, who almost makes the catch but can't haul it in. It would have been a great catch down the boundary. We go now to the fourth quarter. We're down 3. And Watson rolling right, throws back across his body again. This one really was the game-sealing play. They were able to then get points off of that drive, and that really helped them propel them to the win. As you see, they're up by 10. Here, we're down 10, obviously. Rolling, I see X is open. I redirect him upfield. It's a throw to Chenault, and this one's a tough one for me. I don't actually think he's in bounds. I mean, he very well could have been. That foot kind of glitches a little bit, so it's hard to tell. But my thought process was, since we had only 2 timeouts, we were down 2 possessions, we needed to score before the 2-minute warning. Because we only had those 2 timeouts, I decided to go the challenge. We lose, and then the very next play here, just trying to take a shot. Again, that same mentality, down big, you got to score. Down 2 possessions, you got to score before the 2-minute warning to really have a chance now, especially with only 1 timeout. And onside kicks, you just cannot do in Madden. An easy interception over the middle by Justin Reed. We'll now take a look at some stats and scores across the NFL. We'll start in San Francisco, where the Packers get back in the win column, 28-14 against the San Francisco 49ers. Packers, after being down 14-7 at half, scored 21 unanswered in the second half to get the win. For the 49ers, they've been outscored 27-63 in their last 2 weeks. As they fall to 4-4 on the year, the Packers win 28-14. In Buffalo, where the Seattle Seahawks get a big win, 28-16 on top of the Buffalo Bills. Russell Wilson, 2 touchdowns on the day. DK Metcalf caught one of those touchdowns. The Seahawks nearly doubled the time of possession battle against the Bills, and they get the easy win, 38-16. In Indianapolis, where the Colts get a 3-point win on top of the Ravens. Lamar Jackson, 2 touchdowns, but 3 interceptions on the day. The Colts had a great day defensively, those 3 interceptions, and both Xavier Woods and Kenny Moore got 10 tackles on their own. The Colts win 24-21. In Kansas City, where the Chiefs, struggling again, they lose 31-17 to the Carolina Panthers. The Panthers stop a 4-game losing streak as the Chiefs' slim playoff hopes are still alive at 3-6. There has been a couple teams to do it. The last team that started his season 3-6 and went to the playoffs was the Washington football team in 2012 with Robert Griffin III. So there is still a chance, but they lose again 31-17. In Atlanta, where the Falcons win big 35-19 on top of the Denver Broncos. A big day production-wise from the tight end room for the Falcons. There you see backup tight end Luke Stocker got 6 catches for 107 yards. But also their starting tight end Hayden Hurst had 18 yards and 2 touchdowns. The Falcons win 35-19. In Minnesota, where the Vikings are now 7-1 on the year, they've won 7 straight. They beat the Lions 21-13. Kirk Cousins 2 touchdowns. Dalvin Cook had a rushing touchdowns. The Vikings are a little concerned about their kicking game. Dan Bailey was 0 for 2 on field goals, but was 3 for 3 on PATs. The Vikings get the win 21-13. And Washington, where the Washington football team get a 3-point win on top of the Giants. The Giants' 4-game win streak is snapped as it's a bad loss in the division to Washington, who now gets their 2nd win on the season. Washington outscored the Giants 17-7 in the 4th quarter to get the win 23-20. The Titans get a big win on top of the Chicago Bears 39-12. Chester Rogers makes an appearance here, 6 catches for 80 yards and a touchdown. But it was all Tennessee all day. The Titans have now won their 2nd game on the season. They stopped their 6-game losing streak. They win 39-12 in Los Angeles, where the Raiders get a win on top of the Chargers 35-17. Josh Jacobs, a great day. 20 carries for 83 yards, a rushing touchdown, but he also had 4 catches, 64 yards, and a receiving touchdown. The Raiders get a big win to even their season out at 4-4. They win 35-17. In Arizona, where the Cardinals get their 2nd win on the year, 28-21. Kyler Murray had 267 yards passing on the day, but DeAndre Hopkins still hasn't found his footing in Arizona. Even when Kyler plays lights out, Hopkins only has 47 yards on the day. Cardinals do get the win 28-21. In Jerry World, where the Cowboys lose their 2nd straight 35-28. Big Ben had 2 touchdowns on the day to help the Steelers stop their 2-game losing streak. On the other side, the Cowboys are 3-6, and as we said before, for the Chiefs, their slim playoff hopes are still alive, as the last team to go 3-6 was that RG3-led Washington football team. In Tampa Bay, where the Buccaneers have lost 4 straight, they lose 17-14 to the New Orleans Saints. Drew Brees had a passing touchdown. Emmanuel Sanders also caught over 100 yards, and the Saints get a big win over their rivals, 17-14. And in the final game of the week, the New York Jets get a win, 14-3 on top of the Patriots. Cam Newton, no touchdowns and interception on the day. Chris Hogan, who was with the Patriots from 2016 to 2018, gets over 100 yards and a little bit of a revenge game for him. There was a lot of yards in this game, but not a lot of points. 705 combined team yards on the day, and just 17 combined points. The Jets are able to get the win, 3 wins on the season. They win 14-3. We'll take a look now at some injuries for our opponent next week, the Green Bay Packers, and a big one there. Aaron Jones out 1 more week, so we won't see him next week. There you see our record is 3-5. We are 3rd in the division, but this is a very big game for the Packers. Specifically, they're the 2nd place in the division. They are 4-4 and chasing the 7-1 Minnesota Vikings. Of course, the Packers, as you heard earlier, got the win against the San Francisco 49ers, where Rodgers played good. Their tailback was Jamal Williams, who we should see a lot of next week, and maybe even some of the rookie A.J. Dillon. Mercedes Lewis had a big day. Devontae Adams, of course, getting one of his catching touchdowns. And defensively for the Packers, Kenny Clark with a couple sacks. We'll need to watch out for him. And Christian Kirksey and Jair Alexander with an interception. A little subplot in the Packers game as we will be going up against a player we traded away early in this year, D.D. Westbrook, who is now wearing number 88 for the Green Bay Packers. We'll see if he gets involved at all going up against his former team. We thank you for watching today's episode of Across the NFL. Please like, comment, subscribe, and share the video, and we will see you around at the next Huddle Breakdown.